status report? Mommy asked. 82 miles to Louisville, which is basically the Indiana border. After that, it is 1.75 hours to Indianapolis, and after that, it is about 2.75 hours to Chicago, where the car rental drop-off is. It is 3 now, meaning we're going to be meaning it is going to be 4 right after we get outside Louisville, said Mommy. Mom, it is my birthday Mom, it is my birthday tomorrow. I am entitled to a present, said Dr. Marcassius. I want to be in Robbinsog to watch the ball drop today because it is technically New Year's Eve and not the day before your birthday, said Mommy. She's right, said Sam. We don't function on that time, but I will see what I can do, said Dr. Marcassius. Dr. Marcassius was driving pretty fast because it was about another hour and the street lights were popping up, signaling to me that we were in the Louisville metro area. Are we going to hit rush hour again like we did Nashville, I asked. Why are you asking that? Do you want to see the ball drop that'll happen an hour early? Dr. Marcassius asked. No, I want to be home in Robbinsog, I said. I'll make sure we are home by midnight all the time, but not by Eastern time zone because I don't function on that due to the time zone or destination is in. I want to stay up until midnight too, but Robbinsog time, said Dr. Marcassius. 1:43 in the morning, Robbinsog time, and you will witness me coming in the door, said Mommy. I will be up then too, and if you are awake, still we will do presents then, said Dr. Marcassius. Oh yeah, presents, right, said the Mom. Is there going to be a problem? Dr. Marcassius asked. No, answered Mommy. We then went through downtown Louisville and paid the toll to go over the Ohio River and into Indiana on I-65 North. It was about an hour after sunset when we began to approach Indianapolis. Remember, we want to take I-465 west to go around to Indianapolis to pick I-65 north up on the other side to continue onward to Robbinsog, said Sam. I know. I was going to look for a place to get gas as we were traveling along it, said Dr. Marcassius. Can you find a place for dinner, Mommy asked. With drive-through, Daddy added. Sure, Dr. Marcassius answered. It was about 5 more minutes, and we got on I-465 west, and then after that, it was about 10 more minutes before we began approaching the Indianapolis International Airport area, and then we found an exit with the Sunoco and a Taco Bell, and that was pretty much our exit, or dinner. Time check? Mommy asked. 7 Robbinsog time, answered Dr. Marcassius. We will probably be home by 10, said Sam as we were pulling back on I-469 North. Did you notice how we didn't do a lot of driving to our hotels and grandparents' house at night, and we still had 3 hours left of driving to do, and it's already pitch black out? Mommy asked. Well, then you should have thought about that before taking away Disney World for reasons that are not my fault. So please shut up. I have a long 3 hours ahead of me to the car rental place in Chicago, and I want to give it as much as much of a hard time as you have already given me today, said Dr. Marcassius. Hey, that's not what you say to your mother after she at least tries to help plan a nice vacation, said Daddy. You too, Dad. Now, we're going to listen to the Beatles the whole way up there, added Dr. Marcassius. We then got on I-65 North, and we didn't stop to get gas again until we got to US 30 near Gary. After that, it was only about 5 minutes before we got onto I-90 West, and then it was about 15 minutes until we paid the toll to get on the Chicago Skyway, and we were in Illinois, and I could see the beautiful Chicago skyline coming in on the Dan Ryan after we got off the Skyway. What exit do I want? Dr. Marcassius asked as he was pulling into exit lanes on the Dan Ryan Expressway. 51C, which is Washington Boulevard heading east, answered Sam. Thank you, said Dr. Marcassius, who I could tell was a little bit worried about his driving because some of the drivers were being rude on the Dan Ryan Expressway. Note that we are on I-94 numbers, so we just merged at exit 59, which was the Chicago Skyway, said Sam. It wasn't very long before we got off I-90 and I-94 on Washington Boulevard heading east, and then we turned on Washington Street. We then turned right onto Wells Street, and we were at the garage with the car rental facility in it. You did call Enterprise to let them know we were coming back today, Mommy asked. I did, answered Dr. Morcassius. We then entered the garage and returned the car. I'll be right back, guys. I'm calling Hannah, said Dr. Morcassius. Dr. Morcassius then began pacing in circles outside of the car while we checked it back in. After checking the car back in was over, Dr. Morcassius came back to us in a panic. Hannah didn't pick up the phone, Dr. Morcassius cried. What? We told her she must, said Daddy. We need to head to Robbinsog right now, Dr. Morcassius. I was being kidnapped out of my wheelchair, and Dr. Morcassius being the strong man he is, began running around and carrying me. Where are you taking me? I asked. You know where. Now, what is the 9th riddle? Dr. Morcassius answered, and asked at the same time. I could understand the 9th riddle easily. I don't need to read it for the word to know what to do. Look at our door, I answered. Look at our door, Dr. Morcassius asked. Correct, I said. Shit, Dr. Morcassius then began to run faster. Don't drop me, I said. Do you feel like you're about to fall, Dr. Morcassius asked. No? Then I am not going to drop you. How far are we from Robbinsog? I just saw the Salvan view, and we have 2 more zigzags. Percentage-wise, about halfway. I then felt Dr. Morcassius began to run even faster. I can see our building in the distance, said Dr. Morcassius about 2 minutes later. I couldn't see a thing for how dark it is, and you covering me. Don't mention it, said Dr. Morcassius. I then felt a sudden change in temperature, which means we were entering the building Robbinsog was in, and I began to feel sick with that change in temperature, and my heart racing to know what is going on in Robbinsog.